We bailed out. We printed 300 billion new dollars to bail out the Silicon Valley Bank, and we topped off the Ukraine war commitment to 113 billion. So we got lots of money for the military-industrial complex, lots of money for the bankers, the banksters, but we're starving Americans to death. Starving them. And because of all the inflation, we spent 16 trillion on the lockdown. We wasted, got nothing for it. 8 trillion on the Ukraine war. That's $24 trillion that they had to print to pay for nothing. That money, the way they're paying it back, they're not going to tell us they're raised taxes because you can't do that. It's a hidden tax called inflation, and it hits the poor and the middle class, and it has dismantled the middle class in this country. Well, my friends' food bills for basic foods like chicken, dairy, and eggs has increased 76% in 2 years to pay for the Iraq war, the Ukraine war, the Iraq war, and the lockdowns. His food prices are going up. And now the government's telling him, while we have plenty of money for the military and the banks, we don't have it for Americans who are, hardworking people. And, something is not right. We're in a crisis in this country. And we need to start unraveling the empire. We have 800 bases abroad. We were told in 1992, when the Soviet Union collapsed, we were told we were going to get a peace dividend, that the military expenditure was going to go from $600 billion a year to $200 billion, and we were going to stop making billion-dollar stealth bombers that can't fly in the rain, and that we're going to take that money home and build schools with it and build infrastructure and give good health care in the inner cities. And then none of that happened. And today, instead of going down to $200 billion, it's gone up. The total military expenditure, if you include national security, is $1.3 billion. And it hasn't made us safer. It's made us worse off.
1.3 trillion?
1.3 trillion. If you include...
Yeah, I think you said billion.
No, 1.3 trillion. If you include national, the security apparatus and, all the stuff that you have to walk through at the airports. And if you include the $300 billion to the veterans, which you can't cut. The veterans we have 29 a day killing themselves. These wars are not good for our country or our kids, and we need to stop being an empire and instead come home, rebuild the middle class, and then project economic power the way the Chinese do, who are eating our lunch because they know not to project military power, to project economic power. That's how you win the hearts and minds of the world in national security.